Good morning, people. It's Captain Trucker. Welcome back to the channel. I'm here in Bacolod City and I have to extend my visa. They do it every 2 months now, so I'm gonna see the cost for that. I also would like to discuss if there's ever an appropriate time to throw expats into the street like trash. Now, I'm not promoting vigilantism, but like if you're in public and you know somebody's causing like a public disturbance and they're drunk and disorderly, I don't know. I mean, people get out of control sometimes. I had to come face to face with somebody like this yesterday, so I want to share that story. And I might also check out this hyperbaric oxygen chamber because I was researching just oxygen therapy in general. You know, like you go into this chamber and you breathe like pure oxygen. So it seems like a really good idea. But anyway, stay tuned. I'll be right back. I got my iced sumiyaki in one of my favorite coffee shops in Bacolod. But anyway, so what do you do as a foreigner, as an expat? Say you're out in public, or you're in a public market, or you're in a small like sorry store, and you're buying some peanuts, because I was buying some peanuts, and you know there were these two middle-aged kind of really sloppy, drunken European men that were with this young girl. I don't want to say girl, but young woman, I should say. Anyway, it was just strange. And there was two of them. And they're clearly drunk. And they're not being like overtly rude, but they're kind of loud. And they're being very obnoxious, kind of like I am now, but anyway. No, but I mean, they're drawing like undue attention to themselves and getting a little bit barky and like kind of giving orders to the Filipino behind the counter. And you know, I'm kind of thinking to myself, and I could tell they were just like in a social mood. They're drunk. It's like 2 in the afternoon. I just wasn't digging it. I wasn't having it, you know. And I'm just thinking to myself, God, I hope these guys just get out of here. I don't want to deal with them. I hope they don't talk to me. I'm not going to say anything too nice to them. So anyway, eventually they leave. And one of them leaves behind like a small bag of ice. And I guess that was for his Red Horse and beer they were drinking out front with this young girl. And so I paid for my peanuts and I'm getting ready to leave. And you know, I clearly have the right of way. Like I'm opening the door, getting ready to walk out. And this guy, he kind of like gets in front of me for a moment, kind of looks at me like he wants to come back into the store, and I'm supposed to yield to him. And it was, you know, the body language is just totally entitled. His attitude was totally entitled the whole time. And I just not digging it. Like I couldn't stand the guy. And like it started, and so I'm staring back at him face to face. And I had sunglasses on. And I said, "You're gonna need to get out of the way." I kind of said it like coldly and serious, like kind of Steven Seagal-ish, but anyway. Fortunately, no, I'm just joking. I mean, I don't promote violence, but I mean, the guy's out of control, man. You know, like somebody, you just can't act that way. So he kind of awkwardly smiled and he kind of backed off because he realized that I was serious. I wasn't in a mood to deal with him, you know, because I was real quiet. And I could tell like before when he was in the store, like babbling and talking, he was, you know, he was looking for attention kind of thing, and I just wasn't giving it to him. I wasn't digging it. So anyway, he backed off. I walked away. But yeah, what do you do? Like, I mean, I couldn't imagine living in a place like Dumaguete or Angeles City where I think they tend to attract more of those type of expat populations, right? Like those middle-aged, broken down, sloppy, alcoholic men, probably suffering from, you know, severe entitlements, possibly mental disorders. You know, and they come here, they throw around pesos, they give orders, and they're basically like the biggest foreigner nightmares walking on earth, you know? Like the Philippines is not attracting the best expats, right? But there's many who are not. There's many who are regular, decent people, you know. So I live in a small town, and like the ones I've met, they're pretty cool. Or I shouldn't say cool. They're relatively normal. But yeah, man, if I was in a place like Doom, and you hear about those stories like in Dumageddon, like all those drama fights and all this and that, and yeah, I'm not sure how it would go over, because I don't know if I'd be able to tolerate that so much, being around more of those types of travelers, because they're kind of a problem. You know, they give expats a bad name, and they just, I don't know, they don't really contribute much to humanity or the population, so they're probably better off just leaving the Philippines, really. I mean, I hope that we can start attracting like different people out here. And I think we are. There's like 400,000 or 500,000 Americans alone. But these guys were European, but yeah, some strange people out there, man. I was interviewing another vlogger recently, and he talks about that a lot too, about we also gotta have like compassion and remember that like some of these expats, by the time they reach these ages, you know, many of them came from like toxic homes and were probably abused themselves in childhood, and they never really learned to adapt to culture or get over their trauma, so they had a lifetime of, you know, I don't know, bad choices and failures and losses and more traumas, and by the time they get to the Philippines, I mean, some of these guys are in bad shape, dude. So you gotta kind of watch out for them. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents. I'm gonna, I gotta extend my visa, and I'm gonna try to check out this hyperbaric oxygen chamber. Stay tuned. All right, people, I once again renewed my visa. Another 2 months, 6,725 pesos, and that includes the ACR card. Pretty run-of-the-mill, uneventful, not many people here. It was pretty easy to do. It's kind of in and out. It took me longer to actually fill out the paperwork. Anyway, and I'm here at the Hyperbaric Oxygen Therapy Center. All right, so I'm gonna undergo some oxygen treatment. Why? Well, because oxygen's good for your body, it's good for your brain, it's good for a lot of things. The problem is it's very expensive, but people do oxygen therapy for all sorts of different illnesses. But you can just do it just in general for anti-aging, whatever. It's just good for your brain, good for your body, so yeah, we're gonna try it out. Okay folks, so hyperbaric therapy is costly, all right? It's about 5,000 pesos per session, all right? So usually you do about 10 sessions generally, and that will run you about 50,000 pesos, okay? But you get a free session, so that's nice. But yeah, it can treat and help with various things: dementia, cancer, pain, cerebral palsy, autism even, amazing. Recover from surgery, sports injuries, neurological stuff, traumatic brain injury. It's just good for general health from what I understand. So yeah, I'm gonna do a cash transfer with Gcash right now since I don't have enough cash on me, and we're gonna try it, man. This is some cutting edge stuff, man. They don't take credit cards though. These nice men, they take care of their patients, guys. So not just 90 minutes of pure oxygen for 5,000 pesos, but we also get really good coffee. Thank you, sir. Is this espresso or brewed coffee?
Yeah, it's a brewed coffee.
Right on. Okay. Cool. All right. Get some nice coffee. I've been drinking coffee all day, and my blood pressure is good though. It's 120 over whatever it was. So I think my blood pressure is normal, so we're good. You said 120 over 80?
Yes.
Yeah, 120 over 80. I've never seen one of these. It's amazing. You guys have a lot of clients?
Today?
Just in general? Like,
Sorry?
do you have like a lot of clients in general?
Yeah,
Or
we
it's
have regular clients.
Pretty popular stuff, huh? Looks like the inside of a plane.
Yeah, it's a 12-seater
Can I walk
chamber.
in?
Yeah, you can.
This is awesome. So how does this work? Like it fills up with oxygen and you sit here for like, what, 60 minutes?
We use a mask, in-demand mask. So it's like a diving. Do you dive before, sir? Have you tried diving?
No, scuba diving. I mean, I tried the
free diving.
Snorkeling. I can go pretty deep.
Okay, it's like diving. So the process here is like Once we started the pressurization, we go like descending from the this is the surface, and we go descending to our desired depth.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's like the highest that we can go is 60 feet.
Okay.
Here, and then once we reach the desired depth, we can start the oxygenation cycle for about, it really depends with the depth, it minutes, and then we have 2 5-minute air break.
I see.
Before we ascend to surface.
So there's some kind of connection between depth and oxygen then?
Right.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Okay.
That's pretty cool.
So it's
how long is the session?
It will take 90 minutes.
90 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
1 hour and a half.
Awesome. Do people feel pretty good after it?
Yeah, it's like having a massage. Actually.
Yeah. Because I was reading, it's kind of like for general health. I mean, like people, if they have, I mean, it can help repair if they have like physical conditions.
So it really works cellularly.
Yeah.
Those cells or injured cells brought by aging, sickness, or trauma.
Yes.
Hyperbaric will repair it.
Right.
So it's all about, you know, the cells, the invisible wounds we have inside.
Invisible wounds inside.
Yeah. The neurological function.
Right.
Of the brain.
Like if you have like Swiss cheese brain, like if you have holes in your brain or something, like if you have dementia, it can help dementia patients.
Right.
That's awesome.
But it will take, you know, multiple sessions. It's not like
it's not
one
instant, right?
magic bullet.
That's what I heard. You have to do.
Yeah.
You see, maybe you do like 3 a week for maybe 3 months.
But it's gonna be worth it, 100%.
Absolutely. I think it's unique. I never heard about it. All right, folks, I'm going in the tank. Very excited. They're gonna load me up, so I got to put my camera away. Wish me well. I'll be going in for 90 minutes.